Well, last night late, I scooped these in the recipe I came up with, as well as the white chocolate recipe from 15 spatulas, and I combined the two previous ones on the same. I'm going to roll these. I just got these out because they were stacked on top of each other. Need to dip these. Got some either milk chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate. I'm not sure what I want to do. I don't want to do the same thing. I want to have a contrast in flavor. So we'll decide on that. I'll talk to Mom what she wants me to use, and we'll get back to it. I'm going to start rolling these into balls though. Hands are freshly washed, starting on the white chocolate. Well, I got these all rolled out. Still have to talk to Mom about what we're going to use to dip it in. I think a milk chocolate would work. The white chocolate ones, I can't dip all of them unless I dip them in the white almond bark because of my friend's dietary restrictions. But we'll get back to that in just a bit. Well, I didn't get the truffles dipped yet. I'm going to be using this these green vanilla flavored dipping chocolates that Mom had. These are Wilton's, and they're actually not chocolate, they're an almond bark. But this is what I'm using. I'm just waiting for it to warm up. I'm actually using a strainer with the double boiler on top to keep the water from contacting the double boiler. And we'll get back to it. It's almost 10 o'clock at night. It's long since when I planned to do this, but we are going to get this done. This is the candy melts that I'm using right now. They're not quite liquid yet. There's still some solids waiting for this to get completely melted so I can dip the truffles in them. I'm going to get creative just so I can identify each individual batch. I don't have any paste coloring. All I've got is liquid, or Mom doesn't have any paste. All she has is liquid, so we won't be able to color if I run out of these. Okay, Mom's just said she does somewhere. I didn't know if she still did. I thought it was no longer, but she says there is. But we'll get to that as we're still waiting for this to melt. Well, Mom proved me wrong. Here are her paste colors. If we have to melt more almond bark, we'll have to add some green, but for now we're going to start doing some of the white, the vanilla ones. They're here. And I'm going to find, instead of a toothpick, I'm using this. Mom recommended doing this. But my fork is underneath it. I'm using a fork to take it off. And just add a little to fill where that was. Okay, well this is going to be a while. There's one. I'm not going to put you through having to watch me do all of these, but we'll see how many I can pile on. I know why they don't dip them. It's because the centers are too soft, so that's probably why they roll them and stuff. Like the Lindor, I'm sure that they make a semisphere and then they fill it and close it so that the chocolate's not too hot for the filling. I made a mess. I've got to clean up, and I guess we'll have to come up with something else. I might use a little bit to identify some, just a little drop, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going to just identify if I've got enough of this green left. Mom did some shamrock molds. I'm just going to put this is my batch, the recipe that I did the last batch, and that's how I'm going to identify them. Just so that we can keep the 3 batches of chocolate ones separate. I tried doing those, dipping them, and they just didn't work. So we're just going to identify them. And the green doesn't hurt at all. Since it is for St. Patrick's Day. So we're going to put these right back in the fridge. This is, even with just this little drop, they're melting. Just actually now just drizzling. However, okay, this is my batch that I did, and I'm going to put it back in the fridge. I don't even know if you can see that, but there is some green on those, and they're going back in the fridge. These ones I've done a little green on. I'm also going to do some semi-sweet over the green to identify them, and these I'm just going to put semi-sweet because they're a lighter color. I'm going to get one of Mom's molds and put some what's remaining in one of her molds. I'll have to go back through my videos and see which one of these is which. I think this was the first batch, that was the second batch. But so far that's what we've got. I need to get these back in the fridge, but that's my experience with, my first experience with attempting to make truffles. I know that I've painted molds before, and that would probably be the way to do it in the future, would be to do the shell first and then fill it. But that's it for tonight.
Thanks for watching Perhaps Cooking. Feel free to share, give me a thumbs up, or subscribe.